Welcome back everybody. This is going to be episode 6 of my map editor walkthrough, and it's been a couple days since I last recorded, but I've been editing the map in the background mostly for a lot of props and stuff, which took a while because it's a lot of copy pasting and finding the right prop that looks right. I'm just gonna load the map up now and probably just pan around to see all the changes. I added tons of grass, trees, and little details, so it looks much more natural than it did before, in my opinion. I'm kind of satisfied with what I did. It all looks believable, in my opinion. We're just gonna finish doing some cosmetic stuff and set the camera boundaries and go through some other things. And I'm going to do some very light scripting just for to finish this too. Like after you go through I mean, you could do this at any step when you're finished with the terrain, but you could go and then change like each terrain tile type has a couple different variants, and you can use that to vary up the terrain. To make had a cough there. To vary it up to make it less like flat, like these three tiles. What else? Yeah. Poof. And I think that's okay. So let me move some grass around and a tree. Turn it. Okay, that's all I wanted to do there, really. And for setting the map bounds, it's going to be easier if I move the starting location. Yep, I want this near the edge. And slowly we're gonna go to this map bounds tab and slowly move this around. So this is gonna be 15 for now. Hopefully it saves fast. Then I'm working with like the horizontals first, the X value first, because those will be easily mirrored. Because the how the camera works, it's kind of like when it looks down upon your map, it's in a trapezoid-like shape, and it's easier to start on the sides because they'll both be the same instead of going top versus bottom, because they'll be different. Well, in my opinion. Nope, the camera really needs to be more back. .05, huge difference. 95. I just want it so I can slightly see that black edge. At which then I'm gonna add another row of tiles there. Test. It's getting there. Can't see myself anymore, so we might need to push it out a bit more. You can make the map bounds by brute forcing it like I'm doing it right now, or you could also just simply look at an official map who has kind of the same like shape as the map you're making, and you just take and use that as a reference to make the map boundaries and stuff. But last time I checked, those map bounds haven't like changed since they messed with the camera and stuff. Oh no, it shouldn't be. It's still cool. Give myself a little more camera. then add like 3 rows of tiles. It's gonna be about 105. Good thing is quick saving right now. I've heard recently someone's been getting super long save times. Okay, that looks about right. And you can see the trapezoid shape going in, like this tile is completely straight, but it slowly creeps in as you go lower. Set this to 105 and move this all the way down, probably to this corner. And this needs to be punched out a bit more. And then after I'm done doing the map bounds, I'll probably quickly go through like some of the other tabs here and then do some very light scripting to spawn the lock boxes and do some patrolling neutrals on this map. Should have enough time. Oh yeah, it's summer's nearly ending soon, and I mostly only have the time for doing this like right now. So once summer's like over, and I'm trying to rush this to finish it. I'm like, go quick, faster. Because I probably won't have that much time to be working on maps when school starts again. Maybe I should just skip like showing this step and then finish this in the background. I think I'll do that. Is this yeah, I can still see your health bar. That's all I care about. Then when you would be done with your making doing the map bounds, you just put the team spawns on the correct fort over it, the correct fort, and every odd player ID that you see here, player index, they'll go to the first team. I mean wait, no, all even numbers will be going to the first team, and then all odd numbers will be going to the second team. And good. Reset you. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Raise it up so I could see them. Holding Alt and then just dragging my mouse to raise it up. There, just do it too there to change the camera angle, which I didn't want. Use Control to select multiple whoops. Hold Alt, drag up my mouse to raise the height, put it there. And then I'll go through the other tabs around here. Oh, and also when you're like done messing with the what do you call it? Yeah, oh yeah, the map bounds, you could go back here, hit reset tile, and it'll add that extra bit of terrain that you're measuring I was measuring. So it just covers it up. I need at least this. Delete that for now. Then I'll go and start doing some scripting via these couple of these for patrol points. One here, and I already put one down. I gotta change its radius to 5 because I want that, and this to that. I just start with a basic patrol point back and forth from here. I just grab the exact tile, 40, 48, negative 40, 48, 0. Hold control, 1, 2. Do good old copy and reflect. Cough. You always have to change the name of it. You can't have it just set as unknown, or anytime you script it in, it's not gonna work. What should I call this? Mid patrol, probably. Because mostly they can just have infantry patrol back and forth between 2 points. Very easy to script. And it's quite simple to follow-ish. I could have the infantry walk through this path down here, okay. Mid patrol. That's cool. Patrol 1, or we could call it 0 as a start for like code, but we don't really care. However you want it to name it. $32.16. And you don't need to have it at its radius as 5. I just prefer like that. Like 4 might be good better. Because it's right on the edge is when the units are going to get reordered. But it's right in the middle is where I gotta make units spawn, because I don't think I want to pre-place them. No, that'll 44, 48. I'll just leave it like that. Yeah, that seems okay. Reflect this. Bot patrol 1. Bot patrol 2. And I'll just do those for now and then start scripting. You could have the game mode be default. I didn't go through these, and you go through these. Already went through these earlier. The map bounds, light values. It's just a lot of more cosmetic options for your lighting. This huge light slider will bring up some other stuff. You see some weird fog appear. I don't think you actually see that in game. So it just stupidly comes up now and doesn't help you. This circle thing here lets you control the shadow direction and like the length. Ooh, long shadows. Absolutely sun above ya. I'll just leave it like that, back to default. It's save lighting. I don't know what that does. I never saved it or tried saving it. I don't really care, but you could always try. Ambient and diffuse, that's kind of like, there's 2 sets. One is for like the for like everything props except like anything of team color support, which is like the sockets, the outposts, the fortresses. That's like ambient too. I'll quickly mess with that. You see how only those stuff are changing colors, and it looks weird. Set that back, or try to, and then doing this will set everything else except these things. So generally you have to balance, I don't know, it's whatever you choose to do. You can balance those two or keep them different. Defog is kind of a weird thing. You can mess with it. Generally I like the height, thickness, I believe. I don't remember. It can be weird. Just especially since you go out of that, it's because the light slider going into that adds another layer of fog for some reason. I think you could see this one. No, you can't see this one. That's annoying. Z fog, I believe. Oh yeah, that is the. This one will show. This one will show. Let me see. No, it needs to be higher than 0. This will show like that. Like the Z fog, this will be like the height of the fog that you see. Some people use it to make like a water effect like thing, but like base for water, but you still need to use some of the effects and the props to make it look more legit. Also just a flat color, which looks stupid in my opinion. And then this slider here changes the color of the fog. You can see it down there changing. Set it back to there. UI, I rarely mess with this. I don't know what exactly it all does. And this other glow stuff I don't use. I think it's for a couple effects because I've noticed it change when I use like the biohazard slime. It'll change. Plane zones, you might want to control this a bit. I need to see the height of something. What's the highest height I can? I'm at lowest. -3. Can I go -3? I think -3 is cool. Generally, what transform plane does is like at like an height coordinate or Z coordinate, it'll like force a transformation of the mech, no matter where it is. It's generally used for like pits and chasms to do that. Kill plane is like it's almost the same thing, except instead of transforming, it'll slowly damage the mech. I want to save and test this quickly. Or just save for the sake of saving. I don't think I need to show you guys me jumping into a pit. Map name, I go to the map info tab. Map name is obvious. Skybox is like what you see in like spectate. You won't see it like now. I mean, look up, it's all black. It's like when you're in spectate mode and you go free cam with F2 or was it control F2. Pre-game timer, you can set it to whatever you want, but if you set it to -1, it'll be the when you actually load it in a custom lobby. It'll actually use the default pre-game time, which is cool. Pre-game radius is kind of like the area around your fort, where in the pre-game time is where you're allowed to move. It's probably easier to measure it by taking one of these circle locations and giving it the same coordinates as the fort to help you measure it, like 90, 94, 64, 94, 64, 3, 6, I think a little more. No, 96, 64. Oh, that's cool there. So you can use this to help measure the radius you want. Like right now it's 55. 55 will look like this. I think I might want to lower it a bit to keep you out behind the walls. 40 looks good. And so we're gonna probably be doing 40. Change that to 40. That's kind of how you measure and figure out the pre-game radius that you want. To game mode, we're gonna keep that default. If you put it to custom, it'll remove like the triggers for fort death, and so you're gonna have to put that in yourself. But we don't want to need to go through that hassle. Versus obviously survival is the survival game mode. I think these other three game modes are from Wastelands. You're not gonna ever use it on Strike, but if you are in Wastelands doing that, have fun playing around with those. I haven't played around with those myself. Player index, you need to give yourself one, and then you can set a pilot, AirMech, and AI script if you know the right terms. But I'm not gonna go through those. Physics settings, absolutely nothing. That's fine. That's completely fine. But now we're gonna quickly. I think we're gonna do some simple steps. I think it's gonna a basic. Generally, your bread and butter script is having an event trigger. That's a core trigger, event trigger, and then an action. But this is one that you could always easily use. It just triggers when the game starts. Game start box. No, yeah, GS stands for game start. You could use shorten your own terms for when scripting. Kind of helps. Box spawn. Add action. Neutral spawns. And then neutral patrols, but you can put them all in the one. Double click, or you just hit define action. Set the trigger of the game start. This will be thing to spawn the boxes. Alright, I need to name every elevator. First, same with the locations, you have to name, put a label on the elevator. What should I call this? Left box. Bot left box. Bot right box. Right box. And I don't want this to spawn immediately, so instead of immediately going to unit spawn, we're gonna go to game wait. I'm gonna make you wait like 20 seconds, and then it's gonna spawn on all of them. Supposed to be unit spawn units. Go. You guys won't have this on the list. Probably you need to have it on your inventory, which Insane Fire gave that to me a while ago to use in like this kind of situation. But you could always use like the script option of importing script, find someone else, because this box will say that if you know a map that has a neutral lockbox spawn that isn't official, that you can see the scripts itself. You could always do that. Load up save up their map on your computer and then use the import scripts options. It's cool. You don't need to touch these. I'll leave these as one. Pick elevator. Need to pick you. Go. What? Alright. I still added it. Add every box. I need to make another event box spawn. This is kind of like what I do, what I like to do. It's just have scripts loop into each other. Now I'm gonna have after this one spawns that, it'll go to an action, run, and it'll run this normal box spawn. Actually, I wanted to have these two spawn at different box spawn bot. Add actions. They'll be different because I want the top row and lower row box spawners. Boxes to spawn at different times. Add that. And it'll just loop into itself like what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it wait. Game wait. It's gonna be, there's a box that has 6,000 Uh, 6,000 divided by 80, 75 seconds. So make it wait 100 seconds. It's fine. And then it'll spawn up here. Of course, go through the options, team ID, and then the order it spawns with the spawn count where it's gonna spawn, and then we're gonna make it loop into itself. Action runs itself. Then that'll loop forever, which is what I want it to do anyways. You could do alternative is to do it, make a continuous event that has like that comes back like every 100 seconds. You could do it like that, but I like in this situation I like to just make it loop itself. Game waits, and then this one will be quicker. 80, no, not 180, I don't want that. 80, just 80. Whoops. And it's gonna spawn unit, spawn, pick these elevators, and then it loops itself. Pot spawn bot. Now neutral patrols, this one's gonna be using a continuous, and I like to just name it by the what I'm gonna do it 20.25s. That's the continuous delay I'm gonna do here. Enable true for obvious reasons. Trigger this. And this should be pretty bare bones, easy peasy to do. Order source is a location. It's gonna be a move to. Select this location. Go to this location. This is just the patrol route. Then you have to do it backwards, or it's just gonna go one way. This will let him go back and forth, which is what I want him to do. Oof. Since we have these two now, I just gonna do these two for now. Right, these two sets. Boom. Those are just basic patrol points. If you have like 3, that's gonna be impossible to go back and forth with. They'll be stuck going in a certain direction, since they only move forward, and if you have a line they can move back and forth because it's a line. Neutral spawns, it'll be at the game start. Absolutely no conditions. Now give it a delay, because sometimes immediately running scripts will glitch out, and that's just for precautions. 2 seconds there, because it takes 3 seconds if everyone instantly readies, and you don't want people like just readying and before like anything appears there. And we're gonna switch to pick location, and then we pick that location. And I believe setting the second location is for like the order, right? Yeah, it has a move too, but we're just gonna leave it at hold position because it'll automatically reset them. Reset it, and for now we just have 5 infantry. I still need to think about like what I want to have as neutrals too, because I still got to place those normal neutrals too, and not just these patrol ones. But I just wanted to do it in a script just to show you. And this is episode's almost reaching 30 minutes, and that's probably where I'm going to end it. And this may or may not be the last episode of actually editing the map. I think I went through everything I kind of want to. Oh no, I have one more thing. I could look at that later, or go good at right now. I could go over 30 if I want. It's just in case. This should spawn. Yeah, they're gonna be patrolling in a group. Bang bang bang, pew pew. I don't want to wait 20 seconds for those to spawn. A couple other things I didn't show you. It's like messing with this air nav mesh because we have a problem here. You could collide in that tower. I need to show you that actually. This tower here doesn't have like a easy thing. Like now I just ran into it. That's not right. And if I try and fly into it, I crash into it. I don't like that. I really do not like that. You could try fixing it in a couple ways. You could either mess with this nav mesh, which I'm just gonna increase the height a bit. Set it to 4. Regenerate. But I don't think that's gonna fix it. It's gonna fix it. No, you just still over that. I'm just gonna drop it. It's not gonna work unless I go crazy high. Put it back to a normal 3. There's also another spot here that was bugging me. And the other alternative is to find a prop like another tower or something. Might want to shrink down these 0.7575. It's thin enough to put inside. That's all you really want to do. I need to line this up better. 0, so it'll be easier. 0, 8.5. 0, 8.5. Can't see it anymore, or you could slightly see it peeking out. Can I spin it? Yeah, I could spin it and still see it. I'll leave it like that so I could grab it if I need it. No, I need to do something. 0, 8.5. Set you back in there so I could immediately have this regenerate the nav mesh. And then you should be able to fly over it. Or not. That's sad. This is what pisses me off sometimes when you can't get this right. Give it that for now then and see if it works. If that makes you fly over the tower, if not, gonna try putting in a different prop in there to make you able to fly over it. Probably like a small, flatter building. See if that works. Another part of debugging a map, just like fixing stuff like this. Can I fly over it? No, I can't. So gotta go back in there and move stuff around. Take you out, I don't need you. I want one of you guys. No, not you. There we go. Exactly what I want. And then scale you down. 0.5. That's 3, so 0.8. Needs to be a little smaller. Put you to 1. Raise you up in the air to see you. Could go with less of this. Oh, that's good. That's good. 0, 8.5. 0, 8.55. Slightly see you sticking out, but I could raise you in a bit. 6 is cool, right? No. 5.5. 5.1 is cool. Alright, I'll just kill your height or just leave you there. I'll just leave you there. No one's ever gonna notice that little chunk and be bothered by it. This fix the nav mesh? That is the question. Oh, and yeah, I didn't copy paste to resize it correctly. There we go, that should resize it correctly. And are you able to fly over it? And are you able to fly over it? Oh, that sucks. I think shoving any prop in there doesn't work. Let's raise you up one a little bit. See your little tips picking out. Are you able to fly over it now? Regenerate. And I'll save and see if it works. If not, this is gonna be frustrating. I mean, the alternative is to make it not just remove its collision there, but that's kind of weird. I mean, I guess I could leave the flying building inside it, and it'll still work. Come on, I don't want this. Come on. Don't do a long save. It's no, just stop this. Alright, let's see. Also the effect of increasing that, adding the extra tiles there, you could now covers over that black spot. No, it still can't fly over it. I'm probably just gonna kill collision now. Kill collision with it. I don't care if you can fly through it. Or I could just keep this little fella in here. Then change your collision collision request to true. That way nothing can collide with it. It'll just look there. Look its part there. And then placing neutrals is kind of obvious. You just switch the team to neutral and you place it wherever you want. Pre-placed ones, of course. And I think that about does it, like what I'm gonna be doing in this episode. I just wanted to show that last couple stuff that you could do. Because there's a lot of options in the map editor. I don't know how to use, like, what the heck is this combined geo? I don't know how to use it. I only use layers, but so I can't show you guys how to use that stuff, but I have shown you like what I do know, and like how I do make my own maps, and then you can see it's quite functional. Yeah, there's enough that I know, or like you can do without knowing every nook and cranny about the map editor to be able to use it. And this is kind of the result. You have you can make your own map that has like this. Just takes time and investment, sanity investment, to be doing some of the tedious steps, like adding a ton of this props here so it looks a bit more natural. It's sort of like you're flying over like a the flattest colored desert you've ever seen. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. There may or may not be another episode, but there probably will, just to like maybe a couple to show off playing matches on here, or like the finished product map. But whatever I do in the future, and whatever you guys do in the future, have fun making your own maps. And oh yeah, that wasn't the stop record button, and that freaks me out. Okay, so then what was I gonna finish saying? Oh yeah, go make your own maps that aren't completely like the official maps, which are super flat. Let me save this and show you some examples of super flat maps, like kind of boring-esque, because they were designed super long time ago. Or like just how minimalistic you could actually be with your maps. You don't need to put like as much detail as like on this map, because this amount of detail is meant to like rival how long Carbon's been making their maps, which is like 5 years. They do very minor adjustments. We could load official maps from this tab. We're gonna look at every PvP's favorite map duel. We're gonna see how minimalistic this is. If you get rid of the trees, we're just gonna drag away all the props, move it to the side. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Do it nice and do not crash. Come on. There. Kind of see, like, besides these huge tree clumps, if you get rid of that, in the middle there's just a ton of trees copy pasted everywhere. And it's partially due to like this tile set giving you kind of illusion of detail, which is kind of like, you could shortcut your way through sometimes to have minimal design. I mean, cosmetic design. You could always have like minimalistic map design or bad map design, your choice to what to call it, or other stuff. Not my favorite map duel, obviously, by how I'm just talking about it. See how it just like random plants copy pasted all over the place. Super easy to do. A little more tedious map. Let's look at crater. There's a ton of these little rocks everywhere, little buildings placed around everywhere. This one's more busier than duel, especially there's a lot of tiny props here. Super annoying to place individually. It'll make you Want to rip your hair out when you're done if you're making a ton of it. This map used to be much more flatter with a lot less detail, but shows you how along the way things can change. Oh, I didn't know it was like that. Was the original crater like that? I don't remember. I'm too old. I'm gonna load one more map. I'm not gonna save it. No. Every noob's favorite, dust. This one's kind of got a lot of detail comparatively. There's a ton of there's a prop like every little bit you move. This one's been worked on a lot. This you don't need to do rock edges yourself. This is mostly for VR, like what they did in preparation. They just put this rock edge around it. That's what I noticed when they were making Command around that time. They added this walk wall around the map for some reason. And that's my guess of what it was, but minimalistic design on this map with the layout and stuff, but they put a lot of detail in here. I'll credit them for that. A lot of tedious detail. And I think that'll be the end of what I'm doing. Go out there, make your own maps. Gonna repeat myself. That's awesome. Make your own maps. Make them better than what other maps you see around here. We don't need to keep replaying our same pool of maps that are getting boring. That are super flat themselves, minimalistically designed. And yeah, have fun, guys, playing the game.